Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Welcome to all who have arrived since our last welcome yesterday morning. More devotees have come from twin cities and local villages. From anywhere else? Anyone else came? Oh, from Mangalore, one devotee came from Mangalore. Just one point, this red chandan, which we are now all wearing, that's generally used for Lord Shiva, Kali. It's not usually for Vaishnavas. The pink or light coloured chandan is used. This red chandan is not so suitable for Vaishnavas. Anyway, now we're wearing it, but please bear in mind. Isn't it generally you see the red chandan on the Shiva linga? Yeah. There are so many facets of Vedic culture. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give that which is very rarely achieved, or very rarely even conceived of or understood. The natural, free-flowing heart's love for Krishna that is particularly, or not only particularly, but exclusively that of the Vrajavasis. Now, here in South India, the Vaishnav Dharma is widespread. Here, the worship of Lakshmi Narasimha Swami is going on. From very early in the morning, about even before 3 o'clock, they started the Suprabhatam, the good morning song. It literally means good morning, right? Suprabhatam. One nice thing is you could hear it was being actually chanted rather than in Tirumala. In Tirumala they use the recording, but here all around the area, maybe in the temple they probably chant it live, but here the Archak is himself chanting. You can hear that. So that's nice. I mean, there are modern technological facilities, and many things can be done with it. But personal service to Krishna is more pleasing to Him. Just like in our temples, you can say, well, we can just put a recording of kirtan and then we won't have to bother doing kirtan. Already, for many years, since I first came to India, I saw in some temples, the arati machine, where you just press the button and then the gong plays in time and the drum plays in time. It's all done by machine, so no need of anyone to come. Just you press the button and that's it. Actually, all these modern inventions, they spoiled the chance for doing seva in so many ways. Here, of course, in South India, the name of Sripad Ramanujacharya is very famous. So one of the services he used to do when he was living at Sri Rangam was to daily fetch the water for the deity. That means you have to walk to the Kaveri carrying the pots and then walk back carrying these heavy pots of water. It's about 1 kilometer from the Kaveri to the temple. We find among the servants of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 2 of them, Ramaya and Nanda, their service was to carry water, that's all. Because you have to bring water from the well, and then they keep it in a pigskin, that was the system. They'd have the big pots, and then put it in the pots like that. And just to go and bring it and make sure there's enough water, that was a service for 2 people. Nowadays, you just turn on the tap, that's all. And hope there's some water coming out. In the West, they don't hope. It's just not. It's a major shock if water doesn't come out. But here, especially in AP, especially this inside part, you don't know, especially in the summer, whether water will come or not. So another service that used to be done was fanning. Yeah, it's going on here. That's actually chamar is for keeping away flies, but there are no flies here actually right now. Anyway, it's a kind of showing respect also. So previously, any guru, his disciples, someone would have to stand up all night and do fanning in the hot season. Otherwise, how can you sleep? Nowadays, they just put an AC and everything finished. So, in the previous culture, there was a lot of service to elders. But in the modern age, like I say, maybe one reason there's less service is because there are so many machines to do so many different things. We can see in this South Indian sampradayas, the mood is very much very respectful. The culture is the original culture is one of great respect towards seniors. And the most senior is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So traditionally a temple was built on a hill. Not always, but we find many temples here in South India, especially on hills. So that also gives a sense of grandeur to walk up the hill towards the great person living on top. And here in South India, people, they like this culture, it's very formal. People expect to come before the deity and stand with their hands folded. And just like this, the nada swaram is going on. And you just come for darshan and then go away. Everything very formal like this. In Gauriya culture, it's somewhat different. People in South India, they become surprised when they see devotees singing and dancing and banging drums, jumping up and down. Swagatam Anandamai Prabhu. They can understand that it's good, but they can't really relate to it very much. You think when you go to a temple, you should be very formal. Maybe when you go to a wedding, then there's some dancing. But actually that's in modern North India. They have filmy music and dancing. In South India, I think not so much at the weddings. No, it's not like that, no. So, the Vaishnava culture is here in South India, but this very happy and free-flowing expression of affection for Krishna, which is epitomized in Kirtan, people, they're not very much accustomed to this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he traveled widely here in South India. Many of the places he visited are mentioned, but many more are not mentioned. But it seems that he didn't, from the route or the places that are given, it seems he didn't come this far inside. He went more or less down the coast from Puri, and then he went down to, he came to Simhachalam, then to Tirupati, and then like that, down to Srirangam, Kanyakumari, Rameshwaram. So it seems he didn't come in this far. Probably he didn't come here to Yadagirigutta.
Mangalagiri, Tirupati, Tarvata Srirangam, ee vidhanga.
Mangalagiri, I didn't say. You said it. Yeah. Ahobilam, there are so many places mentioned. Ahobilam somewhat inside, but that's quite a long way south from here. So anyway, we want to bring Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here now with this singing and dancing, singing the names of Krishna, dancing. We're not saying that this culture should stop, but this culture of Harinam Sankirtan should be widely spread. And let people know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. People have, all over India, people have some idea of who is Krishna. And here in Andhra Pradesh, especially, the worship of Narasimha is widespread. But people don't know very much about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or what he has come to give. So by distributing the books of Srila Prabhupada, and people will come to know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and what are his teachings. Our devotees should also go town to town, village to village, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself did, chanting the names of Krishna and inviting others to join in the